Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry I did not upload yesterday. My daughter got sick again. If you've been following along, you'll know that I missed a week of videos about a couple weeks ago because we all got the stomach flu. My daughter was the first, and it was just a chain reaction after that. It was so contagious. Our whole family got sick, everyone in the house, other family members at other houses, because we see each other all the time, and it was so contagious. And so it just hopped from family to family, and it's just, yeah, crazy. Anyway, so somehow it made its way back to us, and I think my daughter got infected again when we went to a birthday party the other night on Thursday night. And yeah, she's been throwing up a little bit and then having a lot of dirty diapers, if you know what I mean. And no appetite, tired, just my poor little girl. I feel so bad for her, but she's doing okay. She's doing better today. And I keep, praying and just hoping and praying that God will just make sure she gets through this okay and that we don't have to do anything crazy, no hospital visits or anything like that. Just trying to keep her hydrated and comforted and stuff. So she's doing okay. I didn't get as sick. I just had a little bit of a nausea, headache, tired, a little no appetite, nothing crazy. So I was able to take care of her better this time. So thank you, God, for that. Um, so we're doing okay. I was able to step away a little bit to make a video today. Yesterday, I was not. There was no way. I could barely go to the restroom and leave her with my husband without her freaking out. She was like stuck to me like glue. So, but today she's feeling a little bit better. She just woke up from a nap, so I was able to get my husband to distract her with a little snack and go with grandma downstairs. So hopefully we she'll be okay for about 20 minutes. But I'm really excited though to for tomorrow, because tomorrow my husband starts his new job. For anyone that doesn't know, he was laid off suddenly with no warning about, I don't know, like 4 weeks ago or something like that. And he's been struggling to find a job since. And I realized recently, maybe in the past day or so, that before he got laid off, I actually kept praying to God and kept telling him, like, please help. Because my husband was miserable. He worked in the middle of the night from 9 p.m. till like 5 a.m. and then would have to go to school in the morning and then get little sleep. And we just basically never saw him. He was miserable. It was just a really rough setup, but he was just trying to get through it so he could get through school to become an electrician and an HVAC technician. So he only had a couple months left and then he was laid off. So it was a little rough. But before he got laid off, I prayed a couple times and I was just like, hey, God, like, please, like, I really want my husband to start coming to church, which he wasn't able to do because he had to sleep during the day. And so he was never able to come to church. So that was one thing I asked God for. And I also wanted him to have a job where he didn't have to work through the night and he could actually like sleep during the night, and so that on the weekends, we can spend time together and stuff. And then I also wanted him to be able to have a job that was where he could still finish school. So those were the three things I asked for, and this new job is hits all those marks. It's less money than he was making. We're gonna be a little tight, but I'm so grateful because my husband can still keep coming to church, which has been so good for him. So I'm so happy. And he'll be working during the day. So then he'll switch over to school at night, which will only be Monday to Thursday. He'll have school, no school Friday nights. So we can actually like have dinner together on Friday nights and have the weekend together and go to church together. And so even though we'll be a little tight on our budget for a few months while he finishes school, I'm still just so grateful that God like actually like answered my prayers, and the important things that I truly just wanted for my husband and for our family, he gave that to us. And so it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see your prayers actually like get answered. And if you're praying for something that doesn't get answered, um, either one, it's not time yet for that prayer to be answered, or two, it's something that's not good for you or not part of, God's plan for you. So, if you're asking for something that God's not giving you, there might be well, there is a reason for that. Otherwise, God would give it to you. Like, you know, God would give it to you if it was something reasonable and good for you, um and didn't mess with God's will and plan for you, you know. Because what I wanted for my husband and our family was for him to get close to God again, which I knew the first step would be going to church. And then two, I wanted to have more time with him. I was missing him. I was lonely. I was alone raising our daughter, and I was alone in his parents' house. I'm bonding with his parents, but it's still like I miss my husband. And then three, I just saw how miserable he was working in the middle of the night, and I just felt so bad for him. And he wasn't turning to God. So I was like, okay, God, I will pray for him. I will ask for him. So please, like, if you can do this for him, guide him to a job that can accommodate these things. God made it happen. And so I'm just feeling really grateful, and it's so beautiful to see like those things that I asked for actually like are happening. And it's funny because I didn't realize it at first. It kind of happened slowly, and then I was like, oh wait, hold on. And then somehow, like, maybe because I was in bed all day yesterday doing nothing but watching cartoon movies with my daughter all day, while she slept off and on all day. I was sitting in bed having a lot of time to think and stuff, and I just somehow realized that God like answered my prayers, and it's just amazing, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, it's less money, but it's temporary, and I'd rather have more of my husband and be on a tight budget than the opposite. So I'm just grateful. I'm happy, and it's very beautiful to see my prayers being answered in live time. Like, it's kind of special. And I just hope that, like, if there's anything that you guys are praying for, that God answers it for you. But just remember, if God's not answering it, there's a reason. There's a reason, and it's a good reason. And God would not not answer your prayers or give you what you're wanting for just to be mean. Like, that's not how God is. God's good, and he wants to give you the things that you want. But also be mindful of what you're asking for. Pay attention. Are you asking for things that are good for you? Are you asking for things that are, you know, part of God's plan for you? Because if it's, you're asking for God, like when I ask for God for a home for our family, I'm not asking him for like a big fancy home that I can show off to people and have lots of material things. No, I want a home for our family where we can have peace and love and build memories and cook and play and just have a beautiful family life and invite our other family over, our, both of our families, and have good times and build memories and enjoy our lives and feel the love. And like, there's a difference. You know, there's a difference between those two things. If you're asking for a home for the wrong reasons, and then if you're asking for a home for what a home is meant to be, you know? And so just be mindful of what you're praying for and why. And I'm telling you, if it's something good for you and you know, it's something that doesn't mess with God's will for you, and it's not, and it's, you know, well, I don't want to say doable because anything's doable for God, but just, you know, be mindful of what you're praying for and what you're asking for. And also be mindful that God's timing is perfect and He sees more than we do. So if He's not answering your prayers right away, there's also a reason. Because when I was praying about this new job for my husband, this was months ago, and it's just now coming to fruition. So, you know, be patient also with God. Don't rush Him. He knows what He's doing. Okay, guys. So, good news. My husband starts his job tomorrow. Woo! Okay, guys. So, let's get into today's chapters. We're still in Psalms, but we'll be on Psalms for a while because it's pretty long. There's like a ton of chapters. They're all short, but it's still, you know, so but it's good. I'm enjoying the Psalms. They're not super long each day. Like some of the chapters before, in my some of my videos, you'll notice they're longer. And I don't want to make long videos, but I also want to be authentic and just truly share my journey because I feel like that's what's most important. So and my thoughts, you know, with reading the Bible along the way and what I'm learning and all of that. So, I'm sorry if some of my earlier videos are really long, but you know, I'm trying to keep them as short as I can, but I also don't want to take away from what the point is of these videos. So, let's get into today's chapters because I gotta go tend to my daughter. I tried to make a video a few minutes ago and I was interrupted by her and a dirty diaper. So hopefully this time we can get through the chapters before I get interrupted again. So let's get into it.
My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me and from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry in the daytime, but you do not hear, and in the night season, and am not silent. But you are holy, enthroned in the praises of Israel. Our fathers trusted in you. They trusted, and you delivered them. They cried to you and were delivered. They trusted in you and were not ashamed. But I am a worm, and no man, a reproach of men, and despised by the people. All those who see me ridicule me. They shoot out the lip. They shake the head, saying, He trusted in the Lord. Let him rescue him. Let him deliver him, since he delights in him. But you are he who took me out of the womb. You made me trust while on my mother's breasts. I was cast upon you from birth. From my mother's womb you have been my God. Be not far.
I am so confused because it keeps because when it's a capital of the word my, that's referring to God. But then it's like making it sound like it's talking about someone else too. But you wouldn't capitalize that for a human. It would be for God. So I'm like so confused. Like, who's talking about who here? Like, what conversation is happening right now?
Far from me, for trouble is near, for there is none to help. Many bulls have surrounded me. Strong bulls of Bashan have encircled me.
But with, I don't know, I'm just sharing a thought here. But with Jesus was a human, but it was God. in human form. So could this be like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a hint to what's to come? I don't know, guys. I'm just speaking out loud. If you know, well, let me know, because I'm confused right now.
Ape at me with their mouths, like a raging and roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It has melted within me. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue clings to my jaws. You have brought me to the dust of death. For dogs have surrounded me. The congregation of the wicked has enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. I can...
Yeah. This is Jesus talking, right? It has to be. That's the only thing that makes sense. And when was this written? Who wrote this? Is the Psalms made by like multiple people over different time periods? Or like, this is wild right now.
Count all my bones. They look and stare at me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. But you, O Lord, do not be far from me. O my strength, hasten to help me. Deliver me from the sword, my precious life from the power of the dog. Save me from the lion's mouth and from the horns of the wild oxen. You have answered me. I will declare your name to my brethren. In the midst of the assembly, I will praise you. You who fear the Lord, praise him. All you descendants of Jacob, glorify him, and fear him, all you offspring of Israel. For he has not despised, nor abhorred, the affliction of the afflicted, nor has he hidden his face from him. But when he cried to him, he heard. My praise shall be of you in the great assembly. I will pay my vows before those who fear him. The poor shall eat and be satisfied. Those who seek him will praise the Lord. Let your heart live forever. All the ends of the world shall remember and turn to the Lord, and all the families of the nations shall worship before you. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he rules over the nations. All the prosperous of the earth shall eat and worship. All those who go down to the dust shall bow before him, even he who cannot keep himself alive. A posterity shall serve him. It will be recounted of the Lord to the next generation. They will come and declare his righteousness to a people who will be born, that he has done this.
That's so wild. It has to be talking about Jesus. Which makes me like wonder, like, who wrote this and when? Like, was this before? Like Jesus? This time? Or like, that's so crazy. Sorry guys, it's super just fascinating, like how the Bible almost reminds me of like a, what are those, like a puzzle, or like a word game type puzzle kind of situation. And my whole life growing up, love those games. Like, you know how when you go onto your app store and you can go to games and you can go to the categories, I would always go to like the puzzle word games category. That was the category I would go to all the time. And I just find it so fascinating, and the Bible has just become that for me. like almost like a puzzle slash word game. And I know the Bible's not a game. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, it's so fascinating. And then to see things like this that are so subtle that you almost like will miss it or be confused. But then you're like, no, like, that's so cool. Like, to see how just everything is coming together. And I don't know, it's just super fascinating. And we're not even halfway through the Bible yet. Like, it blows my mind. I can't even wait to see, like, what the rest of the Bible, how it all connects and intertwines. Like, I'm super just excited to, like, read the whole Bible as a whole and then just, like, reflect and be like, wow, okay. And then to read it again, which is so crazy to me. I never thought that I'd be sitting here right now saying how excited I am to, like, read the Bible and read it again another time, you know? Like, that just blows my mind. It's so crazy. Anyways, I just find it super fascinating. And you can tell me what you think about this last chapter, but to me, I mean, it screams Jesus talking.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The earth is the Lord's, and all its fullness, the world and those who dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the seas, and established it upon the waters. Who may ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to an idol, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is Jacob, the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face. Selah.
Okay, there we have it. Super interesting chapters today. I really enjoyed those. Yeah, super, super cool. Well, I have to get going because my poor little girl, I need to go be with her, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.